2. All right. So, chapter 4. What do we got here? Study guide. Classifying triangles. So, if I look at my condensed notes, classifying triangles, you can classify by sides. And so when you have, now we're getting into markings on triangles. We got to make sure we're paying attention to them. We have the same marking on all 3 sides. That's telling us that these 3 sides are congruent. When you have 3 sides that are congruent, it's called equilateral. You're talking about the sides. Lateral is about the sides. Lines, equilateral triangle. So an equilateral triangle, when all 3 sides are congruent. An isosceles triangle, notice the 2 markings letting you know that these 2 sides are congruent to each other. So when you have 2 sides of a triangle congruent, then it's going to be an isosceles triangle. 3 sides, equilateral. 2 sides, isosceles. No sides are congruent. That's a scalene triangle. So that's classifying triangles according to their sides. And the other way you classify triangles is by their angles. If I have 3 acute angles, all of these angles are less than 90 degrees. It's a cutesy-wootsy little triangle. It's acute. It's less than 90. If I have 3 congruent angles, this is similar to 3 congruent sides, except we call it equiangular instead of equilateral. Lateral means sides, angular means angles. So an equiangular triangle has 3 congruent angles. We know a right triangle. It has 1 right angle. It's a right triangle. And then when we have an obtuse angle greater than 90, it's going to be an obtuse triangle. So it's either by sides or it's by angle. Let's look at the study guide and do some practice problems. Problem A, what do we notice about the angles on problem A? They're all the same. They're letting you know this is 60, so that means this is 60 and this is 60. What kind of triangle has all equal angles? Use your condensed notes. You can look right at them. What is it? Equiangular. Very good. That's an equiangular triangle. So the first word will be equilateral or equiangular. So this is an equiangular triangle. What do we notice without looking at the answer on problem B? What do we notice about the angles on B? Acute, right, or obtuse? Obtuse. So what kind of triangle is it going to be then? It's an obtuse triangle. Look what I'm underlining, right? Obtuse triangle. Let's not look at the answers, though. We're just testing our skill on A and B. Now C, what do we notice about the angles on C? Acute, right, or obtuse? 90-degree angle. So this is going to be a right triangle. Okay, I want you to try 1 through 6 on the bottom. All right, Boston. Number 1. It's a right triangle. Brandon, number 2. Obtuse. I see 120 degrees. And Thomas. Equi. And what does it have? Equal what? What are those called? So equiangular angle, right? Equiangular. You're going to practice using those words because you do want to be able to say them. Boston said the same thing. I know it's weird to see it at first. So it's equi what? Angular for angle. Okay, let's see. Number 4, Penny. They're all less than 90. It's a cutesy-wootsy little triangle. Green, number 5. Right, for 90 degrees. And the last one, Boston. This one we're just classifying according to angles. Brandon, how'd you know it was obtuse? 92. Looking at examples A, B, and C. Now we're classifying. What are they marking on this? What are we classifying according to? On A, B, and C, how do I know? I'm classifying according to. Okay, triangle 1, Penny girl, what'd you get? Very good. Scalene. And number 2, Bring. Equilateral. Boston, number 3. Scalene. Scale. Thomas, number 4. Isosceles. Very good. Number 5, Brandon. It is also isosceles because I see 32x and 32x. Isosceles. And the last one, Penny. Equilateral. All right, we're going to use that knowledge to, I just gave you a piece of paper. We're going to do some algebra. Number 7. Number 7 says, find x and the length of each side if triangle RST is equilateral. I need a relationship. What kind of triangle is it? It's equilateral, so I know that if I go like this, it'll remind me that all of those sides are equal. What did I say? Oh my goodness, did I say equal? Because it's funny, I was looking to write an equation. Go figure. So what equals what? Give me an example. What would you say equals what? Tell me anything. Just tell me any. I just want to write one equation. 3x. So this side, 3x, equals the side 2x plus 2. Bree, what were you writing down? Weren't you writing something down? Tell me what you wrote, because I'm going to write yours right here. What'd you write? Okay. You solve your equation. They'll solve their equation, and I wonder what kind of answer we're going to get. Okay, write your equation down and solve it. I want to shift my variable to the other side of the equation. Penny, you got one down? Did you have the equation down too? Did you pick something different than these, or did you have the same? Oh, good. A third equation I get to solve. What was your equation? Okay, we got 3 equations. Did you guys solve your problem? We have 3 different equations here. Did you guys talk about what you got for answers? With Bree too? Bree told you her answer? What'd they get? They better. It's an equilateral triangle. I wonder what Penny's going to get. So if I solve this one and I shift 2x, I get x equals 2. It's always like Brandon to go for the easiest one. He's a shortcut guy. And Bree loves her algebra, so what does she do? She picks the 2 longest equations there. Nothing wrong with it, right? And so if I shift my 2x over, and then I shift my 4 over to the other side, I get 3x equals 6. And then when I divide by 3, I get x equals 2. Teddy, did you solve yours? Okay, well, tell me how you started. What'd you do? Okay, so negative 5x, those cancel. What was left? Okay, one more step. Exactly. So if I divide both sides by -2, you got the same exact thing that they got as well. It's an equilateral triangle, so all of those sides are definitely going to equal 2. So you didn't have to do 3 equations. You just had to pick one equation. Let's say that this is the equation that I picked and I got 2. What's the question asking for? Find the length of each side of the triangle. Did we find the length of the triangle yet? We did?
No.
Okay, find the length of the triangle. Boy, that was quick. What'd you do? You did 3 times 2, didn't you? Oh, I see. But 2 is x. 2 is x. I need to know how much this side is right here. It's 3 times x. What did we get for x?
2.
So 3 times 2 is?
6.
He said 6, but he didn't actually do it. You lucked out, I guess you could say, right? You just did 2 plus 2 plus 2 because you thought the sides were 2, right? So this is 6. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 4 is 6. We know all the sides are going to be 6 because it's equilateral. Okay, one more, and you guys are going to start your homework. Problem 8 says, find the value of x, and the length of each side of triangle ABCs is isosceles, and it tells you exactly what sides are congruent. It says AB is equal to BC, so you should mark it. It says that side AB is congruent to side BC. So you just need to put markings on there to show it. You can use 1 marking for each. You can use 2 markings for each, as long as you look at it and you know that they're congruent. Okay, you know your equation. It says this side equals that side because they're isosceles. Everybody should have the same equation this time. It's an isosceles triangle. This side equals this side. It's the only equation you can write. Did you do it, Boston? And you solved it? What was your equation that you wrote? Yeah. Whoops. And if I shift the 3y to the other side, we get y equals 2. It said find the sides of all the triangle. Did you do that? You got to find all the sides of the triangle. So you should have 3 numbers on each of these sides right now. So how much is AB? How much is this side of the triangle?
2.
It's 8. It's 4 times y. We found out that y was 2. Y is 2. All we did was solve for y. Now you need to find the sides of the triangle. So it says 4 times y. What's 4 times 2? And how about over here? How much is this side? Did I even have to do any algebra to know it was 8? No, because they're equal sides. But if I did the algebra, it would be 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And how much is the third side? 6. It's 3 times y. 3 times 2 is 6. Once you find y, you got to go back and use it. We had to find out what y is. Once we know what y is, then we can use that for each side. Okay, let's look at your practice homework. 4.1 practice.